All right. So this story, or a story idea, it's not really a story, but essentially there's an alien species that's able to use magic and summons other creatures to their planet to study them and, survey them and talk about them. So essentially the aliens would, summon a human and then they'd give them a questionnaire, a bunch of pieces of paper to sign, and like a lot of bureaucracy, like just to get them to have an interview and talk to them, and they'd be able to talk to each other through some sort of translatory magic. There might be some issues with speaking, like if the summoned person is Greg, there might be a room of aliens, and the aliens would be like, "Oh, this guy isn't very interesting. Oh, well, let's ask him their name. What's your name? Greg." And then they're like, "Grog, Gresh, how do you Greg? Can you Greg? But like." Greg? Oh, Greg. Greg, right? Greg? Then, they all call him Greg. That sort of thing. And I feel like this would be a really wholesome story. It would just be exploring what a lot of humans today take for granted, I think. It would talk about the different things that we sort of just don't really appreciate every day. So the aliens would be bewildered. They would be stunned that we are a carbon-based life form, that we don't have access to magic, that we use technology, that we're able to use like the very fundamental particles of the universe. We use electrons in our technology constantly and without like any sort of magic, just through the sheer physics alone. We're able to talk across the world just like near instantly, literally at the speed of light. It's pretty astounding. And these creatures would be able to shapeshift or whatever. I sort of imagine them almost like bird creatures, which probably wouldn't be accurate. And they'll talk about, maybe other things they've interviewed. They'll say, "Oh yeah, we talked to this alien before that was completely made of gas," or "this alien that was half stone, half water." I don't know. But essentially, they would talk about a bunch of weird things, and they would really appreciate the different things that, again, humans take for granted. And it would just be a really wholesome story, I think. My idea for what planet they live on, it's extremely dark. They have 3 really dim suns. But then when they hear that humans have one really bright sun, they're bewildered, and they ask so many questions because they've never heard of any life on a solar system with only one sun. And these really just minor things, I feel like it could be really interesting. Even just diving into the aliens culture, not just the human culture, but also the alien culture. Maybe they could give a tour around their world. The way I was thinking about it is they wouldn't have any mundane objects. Like the only objects they carry would be magical items. Because they're able to shapeshift, they wouldn't need any like clothes, they wouldn't need anything non-magical. So they would use any time to create things not on like clothing, but on magical relics. So I feel like there could be a lot of interesting, very human moments. But yeah, that's just sort of the idea I have, rough sketch. I think it could be really cool, but we'll see how it goes, huh? Anyways, there's this really cool Kickstarter project. It's called Eternal. You should check it out. It's a fantastic card game. I'm completely impartial to it, and I give it 5 out of 5 stars, all right? Anyways, thanks for watching.